This is Eric Adams talking about the jail in New York. Is that what this is? Go ahead and play this
Rikers
clip.
Island.
Watch this. Go ahead.
Criminals.
Amazing commissioner. She is prepared for whatever comes on Rikers Island. I'm pretty sure she would be prepared to manage and deal with the situation. As you see what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. We have to adjust, you know, in this business, particularly around law enforcement, we have to adjust whatever comes our way. But, you know, we don't want to deal with a hypothetical, but they're professionals. They'll be ready.
They'll be ready for what? What's he saying? They'll be ready for Trump?
For Trump, if he ends up being convicted, to go to Rikers Island. Think about what we're saying here.
But think about what he just said. I mean,
Yeah.
finish your point, and then I want to make a point on top of that with the tone of...
No, Tom, you were so polite to interject, so just make your point and I'll make mine.
Well, I'll just
Thank you for interjecting to tell me to finish my point.
Well,
Go
I'm
ahead.
just...
Tom, you're killing it. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm just exercising boss's privilege. So basically, Eric Adams had a very balanced answer there, and I'm not a...
So here's what
I'm not a fanboy, but he was giving a balanced answer, saying we're ready for whatever what may, and if the judge wants to, say contempt and send him to Rikers, we'll be ready at Rikers Island for a high-profile person walking in there. That's what he was saying. He wasn't saying bad Trump, I hope he gets in here. He said they're professionals in the organization, we'll be ready. I think that's all Eric Adams said.
Okay, I can't believe that you're not dismantling Eric Adams for
I'll
this.
Dismantle the two women
pull up
on
just
either
the
side of him that are smirking.
Exactly. Look at the women, and I'm just going to say it, two black women who are smiling, talking about Donald Trump going to jail. Look, I get a lot of heat for not being a Trump sycophant, but I will defend the law. And here's a guy who's on trial for, I think, a sham, ridiculous Stormy Daniels situation. These women, whether they're smiling about this, have joy, they're talking about taking Donald Trump, the former president of the United States, the leading candidate for president in 2024, to Rikers Island, where the criminals... What Alcatraz in San Francisco has Alcatraz, New York has Rikers. This is so absurd to me. By the way, he's getting fined $1,000 a day for violating a gag order. This is where it becomes a shame. Eric Adams should have the balls to say, I'm making no comment about the president's trial, and I'm certainly not going to make metaphors or accusations or allusions of Rikers Island. It's ridiculous to me. So here's the biggest question here. How the hell is Donald Trump going to get a fair trial by his peers in New York City? Number one, tell me one person who doesn't have a little bit of emotion towards Donald Trump. Hey, can you be completely fair and unbiased about Donald Trump?
No.
Yes, never heard of him. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, gonna get?
Sorry about
That's a
that.
future statement. It's in process, and he's not getting.
Correct.
Let's talk president.
And then what's going to happen? Let's go down the rabbit hole because they're talking about Trump going to Rikers Island, going to jail. What's actually going to happen if Trump goes to jail? What are the Trump loyalists going to do, or even like-minded people going to do? January 6th will look like a walk in the park on that day.
Well, forget about that. National polls have shown whenever they've taken these strong things that it moves about 0.5 to 0.6 of 1%. Every time they take these big steps and make big actions, national polls move toward Trump.
Guaranteed him winning is if he goes to jail. If he goes to jail, it's done. That picture right there,
the mugshot,
it's done. And on top of that, the amount of stories, books, movies, the way it's going to be told 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years, when he's no longer here, it's going to be, we'll be 70 years old saying there goes another Trump movie coming out.
I would, but if I was him, I would market it. If he actually goes to jail, have a reality show in there and call it Orange is the New Orange. I mean, just have him in there being a boss, yelling at people, bringing in gangs. You guys got to piece it up. We got to have a border.
I don't have much Trump merch, but I do have this one.
Let me see it. President Trump, Matt. Yes.
Okay.
What a shirt.
I mean, that was my Halloween costume.
Shirt.
But this only helps Trump. That's ridiculous. You know, the 80% of Trump supporters said they would support him regardless of a conviction. Only 4% said they wouldn't support him.
4%.
And 16% said they would reconsider their vote. Meaning they're riding with Trump.
Well, I mean,
ain't nobody riding with Biden.
Adam, and think about it.
But it's not a conviction of murder. They think it's a bogus case. So they're saying is, if he's convicted of this bogus case, does that change you? And they're saying, of course not.
Yeah. Adam, think about this. And you for somebody that used to hate him, so now
I never said hate.
What'd you say?
I said didn't like
you didn't
what
like
he did.
him? I'm gonna
I've never
guess
used
what?
the word hate.
Allegedly,
I've been doing this podcast since 2020.
You never said you hate Trump.
I've never said hate.
Okay, and I take your word.
And
for it.
every time someone says that, I correct them.
Okay, I love it. Okay, so you didn't like him that much.
He wasn't my guy.
He wasn't your guy. Okay,
Yeah.
but you it's clear.
But
to
now
you.
Biden is not my guy.
Obviously, but that's I hate when people say lesser of two evils. But I'm being genuine. You can see though, obviously, with your Adam, with your lens.
Hey, we
But
gotta
on the
look at the
lens,
stories, yo.
What they've done to this guy from 2016 to right now, if that's not the biggest election interference threat to democracy that you've ever seen, like, have you ever like? You have to admit this. What they've done to this freaking guy since before he even got in to right now, it's absolutely ridiculous. That's not America. And no wonder why people are getting more behind him because they see it. Everybody's waking up. Everybody, Adam.
Tomas.
I agree with Vinny. I think that's bingo. I mean, people are waking up. Vinny's absolutely right. And people are sick of the political system. And now they're watching corruption as a miniseries, and they're fed up. Vinny's right.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.